Alright, this is going to be a very short video. I know a bunch of you are pretty good at the Pythagorean Theorem. If you are good at the Pythagorean Theorem, go ahead and skip this video. Okay. Otherwise, some of you are just straight trash at this. Okay. So I'm going to help you out. Okay. We'll start with the very basics. Okay. I'm going to show you 3 different types of problems. Okay. So let's say we have a triangle. We know that this is 13.3, this is 9.7, and our goal is to solve for x. Okay, so this, if we look at this triangle, this is clearly the longest side of the right triangle. Okay, if this is clearly the longest side of the right triangle, you need to solve for one of the legs. So you want to apply the Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem says a squared plus b squared equals c squared. A and B are the legs, C is the longest side, that's hypotenuse. Okay, so let's just call this C. This does not matter what we call it. We could call it B, we could call this A. Okay, so if we're doing this, we're finding x squared plus 9.7 squared equals 13.3 squared. Okay, if we had to go ahead and calculate this, 13.3 squared, so this is going to be 176.89. 9.7 squared is going to be 94.09 plus x squared. So a couple ways you could do this. You could go 13.3 times 13.3 to get that, or you could go 13.3 squared. Okay. If you like 9.7 times 9.7, instead of doing the 9.7 times 9.7 squared, you can do that as well. It means the same thing. Okay. So here you want to solve for x squared. So subtract 94.09 on both sides. X squared equals, which I don't know what that is, 176.89 minus 94.09 is going to be 82.8. Okay, some of you do not know how to do this at all. Okay, so what you want to do from here, you want to get x by itself. If you want to get x by itself, take the square root of both sides. The square root will cancel out the square. So you want to find the square root of 82.8. Square root of 82.8 is going to be x equals 9.099. If you want to approximate that to the nearest tenth, that is x equals 9.1. Okay. Okay. Another example. Okay. Let's say we want to find another leg. Okay. Let's choose this bad boy. So this is 7. Let's say that this is 5. And we want to solve for x. We look at the longest sides of this right triangle. Okay, so actually there's no longest sides, there's just one side. The longest side is clearly going to be this one. If you have to look at the other parts of the triangle, this is the longest side. Okay, so this, you can call this A, you call this B. The shortest, the legs of the Pythagorean, the legs of the right triangle are going to be A and B. The hypotenuse is C. Okay, so the way you apply this is going to be A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Okay, 5 squared is 25. X squared, you leave that as is. 7 squared is 49. Here you want to get this expression by itself. Subtract 25 on both sides. You get x squared equals 24. Now what you want to do is you want to take the square root. Okay. Take the square root. You cancel this out. And then you get x equals, so you want to type in the square root of 24. Square root of 24. This is 4. If you round to the nearest tenth, this is 4.89, and it's approximately 4.9. If you guys like the radical form instead, you can simplify this in radical form. So if you look at 24 can be broken down into 4 and 6. We can break this down further. This is 2, 2, 2, 3. So we make the jail cell. We make the awesome jail cell. This is way back from quarter 1. You find a pair. One gets shot, one comes out. You don't see a pair here, so this is going to be 2 square root 6. You multiply the 2 and 3 together. Okay? Anyway, yeah, so if you wanted to do that, if you put 2 times square root of 6, it's the same thing. Okay? One more problem, and this is the most basic of them all. Okay? Let's say instead we want to find the hypotenuse. Okay? So this is 15, 36. We want to find the longest side of the right triangle. So let's say we want to find the hypotenuse. So what we would do from here, we want to identify a hypotenuse. This is C. This is clearly the longest side compared to the other two sides. Okay? So here, this is A, this is B. Then what you want to do is apply the Pythagorean theorem. So this is going to be A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Okay, 15 squared, 15 times 15 if you wish, whatever your preference is, 225. 36 squared, or 36 times 36 is 1296 equals C squared. Combine your like terms. So this is going to be 1521 equals C squared. Your goal is to find the hypotenuse. You want to get rid of the square. To get rid of the square, find the square root. Okay? So if you type in the square root of 1521, that will happen to be a nice number. Okay. Well, anyway, this is 39. Okay. So that means if you cancel these out, that means C is going to equal 39. Okay. If you guys are struggling with this, please come in for help, because we've been working on this pretty often this quarter, and if you can't do this by the end of the year, I'm kind of worried, because you will probably struggle on this test. Okay, thanks, bye.